Hey guys, I hope you're okay. I hope you're being safe at home. And I hope you're ready to start your fourth quarter. I hope you have already divided your fourth quarter in your notebook. And if you haven't, go do it. Pause this video and go do it. And then upload the picture into your wall in the sixth grade platform. I would love to see it. I think that nobody has sent me any picture of the division. Have you? Sorry if you haven't mentioned it. Sorry. We're gonna start with the vocabulary after you do the division. We're gonna do the story Lighting Up a World from page 76 and 77 and on and on and on. But we're gonna start doing your vocabulary from this page over here. I'll give you a brief concept of what everything is because this is something called technical knowledge or technical language, which is a language specific for a specific area. And this is specific for engineers and for some electrical people that have used these concepts before. But these are things that we see every day. We just know their names. We just don't know their names. So go grab your notebook and write vocabulary, and then we're gonna do the vocabulary for your story. Remember the concept in pen with in cursive with a pen, and your sentences, 2 sentences each, done by you. Please make sentences that make sense. Don't just write light bulbs are pretty. That's not a sentence. Please, sentences for sixth grade. 2 sentences in print with a pencil. Okay, so let's start. The first word that we have in page 76, remember that anytime that I go too fast, you can stop the video. It's a filament, and if you go to the page 77 where the story starts, we have in there that filament. A German watchmaker named Heinrich Govel used a filament made of carbon from bamboo. Now the filament is the small part of the light bulb that shines. So the filament, it's the device or the part of a light bulb that shines or that expels the light out of it. You can make 2 sentences based on that. Actually, you have enough information in that paragraph to write sentences about filaments. It's the little thing that shines inside the light bulb. Then we have the word incandescent. We have in the same page in 77, we have incandescent. He placed it in a glass container. He placed the filament inside of a glass container to create an incandescent electric light bulb. I don't know if you've seen them, but when I was smaller, and actually the lights that my dad placed in fifth grade, in my grade, those are incandescent candles. That's how they call them, because they have a powder inside that when the light shines inside, it makes it shine even more. So incandescent is something that shines a lot. Light bulbs can be incandescent. So you can find enough information to write 2 sentences. Remember, questions in the internal area of your platform. Don't WhatsApp me, please. And if you will, 7:45, 2:25, or I'm going to answer till the next day. Then we have electronics. Electronics, I'm going through the story. Every yellow word is a word from the vocabulary. Page 78. Electronics are everything related to electricity. Everything that works with electricity. So your concept could be everything related to electricity. Now, blenders, TVs, radios, your cell phone that works with electricity. You can make sentences with the word electronics around it. Then we have emitted. In the page 78, we have, they are tiny light bulbs that have plastic coverings. The light emitted bounces off the sides of the plastic. So emitted is like expelling, giving away. So for an example, if my cup had a light bulb inside and it was completely made out of glass, it would emit light. So emit is to give away. So for an example, a light bulb that is a circle emits light. Those little lights that I have in here, that are a Christmas necklace that I brought from the States, they emit little lights. They produce small lights. Emit is to give away, to expel, to produce light. Um, you can find, yeah, you can find enough information in that paragraph to write your 2 sentences. Then we have cost effective. Modern incandescent bulbs are cost effective. Now, cost effective is a compound word. It's made by 2 words. Now, try to think of your dad and your mom. They're always telling you, turn off the lights. The electric bill. My God, why are all the lights turned on? I don't know if it happened to you, but it happened to me. They're always making pressure on me to turn off the lights because the more lights that you have on, the more electricity it's pulled into your house, and then the bill is going to be bigger. So cost effective means that it's gonna be cheaper. It's gonna be something that is not gonna take a lot of electricity, and because of that, it's not gonna produce a lot of spend on the money that you're gonna have to pay in your bill. So cost effective would be something that is gonna be a little cheaper. Now, cost effective are those LED lights, LED lights that they're selling. You're trying to buy a new light bulb and say, no, only LED. Is that really shine white light that you can buy. But there are other things that are cost effective. For an example, if you go to a plant and I don't know, to a factory, to a shoe factory, and they have solar panels, that's cost effective because the solar panel produces electricity for the factory, but it's not asking for a lot of money for them because they're not paying electric bills. They're taking the electricity from the sun. So cost effective is going to be something that is a little cheaper. Then we have efficient. We have in there, compared to the LEDs, they are not very efficient. The filament of an incandescent bulb is encased inside a glass covering as the filament burns. So efficient is how good, how productive something is. If I'm telling you guys we're gonna be efficient today, we're gonna do all the vocabulary in 1 hour. That's being efficient. That's producing a lot in a short time, or producing a lot with a short amount of effort. So some light bulbs suck a lot of light and they produce a lot of light, but they suck a lot of electricity and you have to pay a lot of money. But if the light bulb that you buy is cost effective, it's efficient, it produces a lot of light, sucking out less electricity and costing less money for your electric bill. Then we have illumination. Illumination like the ones that make the minions. Now, illumination. Let's go to page 79. We have the LEDs in the signs are small and grouped together for stronger illumination. Now, I don't know if you ever seen them, but sometimes in the streets we have signs that says to the right or accident. Now, those produce an illumination. They produce light. So illumination would be the production of a glowing light, something that is shiny. And now there's a bunch of things. The necklace that I have in there produces illumination. The light bulb that you have in the ceiling produces illumination. The TV on produces illumination. A lot of things can produce some sort of illumination for your sentences. Then we have pixel. Oh, no. Clusters. So we have also in page 79 where the ball drops in New Year's Eve. I don't know if you've seen it in the 31st of December. There's a ball that is dropped in New York and it produces a lot of lights. That is called the New Year's ball, and this has a lot of LED lights in clusters, in small groups. So for an example, if all my fingers were different lights, or the lights that I have in there were in a line, you would see different lights, but they wouldn't have a lot of power. But once I put all the lights together in a cluster, the light that they produce is stronger. So a cluster is a group of, in this case, lights together. Now, there's a bunch of things that have clusters. The lights in your cars, when you turn on the lights in the car to light the streets, they have clusters because there's a bunch of lights, sometimes not all of them, that produce lights. The lights sometimes in the light bulbs is not only one light. Now with LED lights, what they do is they take a lot of small lights that produce stronger illumination. Then we have pixel. Now, in there we have, on a large LED sign like this one, clusters of LEDs are used to make 1 pixel. Now, if you remember, or I don't know if you've seen it, in older times, computers used to use pixels to make the shapes or the images or the forms. Now, these pixels are little squares that when they are put together, they form shapes. And movies used to have that before. Now they have different technologies. But in this case, these pixels would be put grouped together to produce something. So a pixel is the cluster of lights to make a bigger image. In the case of this topic, because it can be something different too. As an example, you can write that LED lights make pixels with clusters, or the signs on the streets are made with clusters of lights to make pixels to shine on lights. It's like a circle inside a circle inside a circle. Okay, let me finish in another video so we can finish. I think that we have, yeah, a couple more concepts. Okay, I'll see you in a sec.